a business coach. I'm a business coach and I'm a manager in Forever Living Products. So this morning, I just want to share my short story, my journey in Forever since I joined. Uh, just bear with me. Okay, so before Forever, I used to struggle with asthma. Like I depended on an inhaler and other treatment, like different inhalers and then treatment. So I tried different supplements that sometimes I would say, I may say they never really worked uh, because I could try this and then it only helped me for sometimes, and then the next day or a few moments later, I'll start giving the symptoms again. Um, and I tried joining different marketing, network marketing businesses just to try and make some survivals, and I did buy and retailing businesses, and this was just to keep me going because most of us, or maybe most of the government employees, we could be having, you could be having a job. Yes, I'm working as a nurse, I'm a registered nurse, but since because of the background, you come from an extended family, the responsibilities and everything, things could seems to be fine, but I would say most of percentage of a lot of people are struggling to kick throughout the month. So I was in the same, I would not say I was really in debt, but yeah, I was. So the situation was you get paid, you solve everything, and then you look at home where you came from. Now again, there's a cousin that is depending on you. There is a granny who, so the situation was like that. So at that point, I thought I'm working, I'm financially stable, because now I see others which are not working. Like I thought I made it in life, but knowing myself, I could see that the finances were not really fine, and I've been fine. I would say I've been working since 2020 as a registered nurse. Now comes 2022. Now that's when I gave birth to my daughter, and then the same year, so my daughter in January, and then the same year I bought a brand new car. So it was an achievement, yes. But since I bought the car with bank, so it means every month the bank is going to be deducting. And then from the beginning, everything was fine. And then I remember 2022, the repo rate, and 2023 beginning, the repo rate was just changing so dramatically. So I ended up the salary, I mean, half of my salary just going to car things. It's now the monthly fee that I have to pay on the car, is the insurance, is everything. So half of my salary was going straight to the car, I would say. And then now I have a little girl. So I have just to now the half that is remaining, I have now to divide it between now other problems and then my daughter, because I'm supposed to provide for my daughter. And so the situation, the finances were not really adding up. But since I did not have a growth mindset, I still thought I was fine. So when Forever was introduced to me, I was busy with buy and sell. So when the opportunity was introduced to me, I thought finances wise, I was fine. So I decided, no, since I'm asthmatic, I will only join this business because I want to control my condition. So now the person that introduced me to this business, we previously joined different businesses and they never worked. Like they never worked. So this time I thought, we are done with this. So I told her I'm going to join that. If I'm going to join the business, I'm only going to join to be buying supplements on discount. And I did not want to be buying on a smaller discount. So I decided. So that year, I remember we were busy doing these savings. Honestly, I would say even our saving that money, that amount there, I cut it, I took it off the tin. But we were just challenging ourselves, like we were eight somewhere. It's a good number. Like we were just saving that money. I don't remember the amount that we wanted to save, but honestly, I will tell you, we didn't even know why we were saving. So you know how planning or maybe financial discipline is really a case in most of us. So I was saving that money, but we didn't have a plan of what we are going to use with the money. We were just trying each other to see if we are disciplined enough to have money that we are not using. So I decided, I then thought, now this money I'm saving here in the destin, what am I going to use it for? So I gave it a second thought, and then I decided I will join. I'll take the money, top up, and then I joined. I remember finding a 4,000 in this thing, and then I just topped up. The time where I break my voice, I'm a bit catching cough. So I really didn't want to join for retailing. So I joined, and then I just wanted that berry nectar. So when I received my Start Your Journey combo pack, I only opened that box. I took the 2 berry nectars. I remember taking the avocado face and body soap, and then the tooth gel. That's for my personal use. And then I started using them just with my box stalled. Like it was somewhere safe, closed, and I was done with that box. So later on, now my sponsor started telling me about telling me to start advertising my business. And I started on the first day. I just dropped I think it's the poster, the welcoming poster. So people were asking, did you join forever? Yeah, because a lot of people know me of doing this buy and sell, like order with me things. So they're asking, yo, you joined forever again? And I'm like, yes, can buy your products, just like a joke. I even totally doubted myself when I was talking to them about that. And then to my surprise, somebody just bought the 1 liter alu bottle. So I decided, now I'm going to drop everything that I have in stock. So I did. And then the same week, I remember half of the stock was gone. And then that's what motivated me to keep advertising my business, because now people were asking about other things that I don't have in stock. And then I decided, now I have this money that I collected from this products. Now, how about I just place my next order? And then little did I know that it was just maybe God doing his thing. So I placed another order again. I remember it was another 2cc worth order. And then when the products came, these products were done. I remember I was left with only heat lotions. 2 of the heat lotions, I remember that's what I stayed all throughout the month from my first stop. So that's how the journey started. So afterward, I started developing now. I started developing the understanding, like I really wanted to know how things work. And then with this, I even started attending the Zoom presentations. I started showing up now. When my sponsor started coaching me now. Whenever there's a Zoom meeting, she will tell me to join in. Whenever there is a presentation, a physical presentation, she will always tell me. And then I once attended a business presentation, and then that's how I got filled up. That's when I decided. I even realized that I have a bigger why, which is my daughter. Now, that from that presentation is where I learned about the incentive that Forever has to offer, is where I learned about a lot of things, because it was a pure presentation. Because when the business opportunity was presented to me, it was just uh, when it's my colleague, she was just like, I know you have paid for Tojo, Forever. So I was just there. I don't want a lot of things. So now after the presentation, that's where it was. The whole presentation was just an eye opener. So I decided, okay, now I'm a mother. I have a daughter. Now I think this thing, I really need to pay attention to it and understand it better. So coming forward, now moving forward, I now remember how, like, whenever you are amongst others, I even remember when I was working at work. My colleagues, most of my colleagues, I would say, they are from well-off families. So I used to consider myself as that person, because the background where I came from. Yes, I lost my mom at 12 years. And then from there, I never stayed with my father. So I was just raised by relatives. So I always refer to myself as the poorest child at the workplace. So I then came to think of, this shall never happen to my daughter. I must never give my child this thinking, to be thinking that she came from a poor background. So understanding Forever, I would say it actually came with a changed mindset. So that's how I started thinking big. And then I thought, now if there are this incentive, I need to give my child a better experience that my parents could not give me. So I started now, the business started getting interesting. So I started even running for incentives. I started working harder. I remember there was an incentive that was run. I joined in 2023 June. And then in that whole time from June to October, I was all alone in my team. I remember only missing 4cc in June. That time I really did not, and it was in July. In June, I did my 4cc. And then in July, pardon me, in July, I missed my 4cc. And then from there, I was all alone in my team, and I was still managing to do the 4ccs, because I told myself, if I sell something from this business, it's not my money, but it's Forever's money. So there was a thick line between my money and Forever's money. That's how I managed to be doing my 4ccs since August. Only July that I missed, and then August, or September and October, I was managing. And then there was an incentive for whoever become a supervisor by, I don't know if it's November 2023, would qualify for an incentive to South Africa. And then that's when I started building a team. That's when I started getting serious with recruiting. And then I remember I recruited two people when I was running for supervisor, and then I qualified for this incentive. So this top picture, the one on top right, so that's when I qualified. I qualified for a trip to Durban. So it was a boat cruise from Durban to Mozambique. So in this picture here is a picture of me and other leader in South Africa. That was then my first time, because now this whole time I never had a passport. I even never, that the mindset when you set yourself, you tell yourself you are broke, you are poor and everything, despite you working. So at work, I used to see my colleagues traveling. And now this one is living. The mother is a teacher. The mother is a what. They all came from better background. So I always tell myself, now in my language they say konga dimburu kwa mpawaza. So I'm like oshimpawaza. So just like that, you always refer yourself. You always take yourself backward, not thinking that you're supposed to be doing things for yourself. So now I never owned the passport. So I only came to own the passport when I qualified for this. I remember the same month that I was traveling is the same month that I got my passport. So it is just to tell someone that sometimes we just undermine ourselves just because most of the times we refer ourselves to the experiences that we received from the past. Like we always do that because we refer ourselves to the background, not knowing that as we are growing up, we're supposed to create another background for the next generation, be it your kids, your own kids, or the next generation. Yeah. So now this how I started now thinking different, that until when am I going to tell myself that I'm poor because my parents never worked and so and so. So I started thinking different. And then now from this trip, now I I came back fired now because I met with different people. The treatment that we receive, like even these are other leaders that I met. They're the first leaders that I met. And honestly, the love in forever. Honestly, this is really a business of love. These are total strangers. The lady on my right, that's where I slept on her house. She just saw me. I was asking about these accommodation things and everything because I was relaxed. I thought when I traveled, I even went a day earlier because there's something I wanted to do. And then now maybe I thought I was just moving from Bamboland to Windhoek. So I did not plan my things in advance. Poor girl. I didn't know what is really going on. And I did not even ask. So getting now there is when I was now on the groups asking about accommodation and all that. So now she came through for me, and then she just decided she's picking me, and I went to sleep at her house. And guys, you could, I was really emotional thinking that I just from a stranger, but then my voice, yeah. So it's just to say, forever is really a business of love. So yeah, this was the picture where we are three of us. We took it at Tambo Airport. So from there we just boarding a bus going to Limpopo. So coming back now, I started now pushing and going harder. Yeah. So one of the things that I've achieved through this business is now traveling outside. Like I even coming back, I even boarded a plane. So it was an achievement, And then I would say my health is now restored because now I remember the last time I used an inhaler, the asthmatic inhaler was 2023 August. That I remember. Like I used to struggle like this season when the cold is starting. I used to have attacks now and then. Like I could even be nursing a person like at work, and then is the person now attending to me again because the asthmatic attack are crazy sometimes. So you just start feeling weak and all that. I would say the last time I had an attack, it was long 2023 July, June there, I'm not sure. June, somewhere before I started with the supplements. Yeah. So it's something to be thankful of. Thanks to the berry nectar and garlic theme, and then the heat lotion. Those are my favorite products. Plus other, I would say I'm using like I use almost everything in Forever. I use almost everything. Like if there's something that I don't know about in Forever, it's really a few things. So I'm really a product of her products. And then through profits, selling and now recruitment bonus, and there's all those bonuses, I would say now my finances are now balancing. I would say that the things are really going the way I want. Like I even never thought I would be doing things that I'm doing currently. Yeah, I'm now able to save. My savings are now becoming thicker, and then yeah, every day is a payday in one way or the other. It's either I sell a product or I recruit someone or forever pay me for something, either a recruitment bonus or boost bonus. Yeah. And yeah, it's really something. And I can travel anytime now. Like I would say money is not a problem as before. And I know if these things goes the way they are going, I would say money will never be a problem. So it's something to be grateful of. Now, on this picture now, I just want to encourage someone. I used to see when we do presentations and yeah, most of the times when we do presentation, even when we onboard new members, they'll be like, but maybe you just go to manager because you are a nurse, maybe you used your money to do this and that. I will tell you, if maybe you are still assistant supervisor, you're a supervisor, or you are there doubting yourself, I just want to tell you that the effort in forever, it doesn't care if you are working, it doesn't care if you are a nurse, you are a doctor, you are what, the effort is same. So this is me down there. If you check, that's my daughter. It was till 2023 when now I was pushing for supervisor. Like this one is open market. It was at open market. I remember next to me on my right, there were other ladies that are selling tomatoes and other things. Now they were making fun of me when they ask about tooth gel. How much is the tooth gel? And then you are like, it's 160. They were laughing like, yo, so you see, you like they take it because their tomatoes are just $1 and so. Now you come in with a tooth gel which is one something 160. Now this RG, I remember it was 1,400 and something. So when they would ask literally just to laugh, like every now and then they would come somewhere not even speaking in the language that I understand, and then the new one would always ask, how much is this one? Like, you see, they were just making fun of me. So I remember that day nobody bought from that stock, nobody bought, but I remember making I was doing a contact marketing also. So I had my notebook, and I was talking to almost everyone. And I remember there was a lady. Now I didn't have good knowledge on products. And I remember one lady just came, she stood by me. She was asking about the products that I did not even have, because she had been using the products for quite long and she know almost most of the products. Some of those I had zero knowledge on them, and I had to listen. I was me shamelessly. I told her, yeah, I just joined this month. I am just here because I want to move my business. Yeah, there I lied. I joined in June, but I didn't have enough knowledge to explain to her. So I was open enough to tell her that I just recently joined. This is my first talk, so I just want to sell it. So I was asking her about the products, asking about the product, because she was polite enough, and I could see the knowledge she has really is broad. So as she was there, she even said, and then sometimes she could even, when the customers come, she could even talk about the products that she know. And then that motivated me, and I felt like at least this is my support system. Okay, I only have 10 minutes. Okay, I'm almost there. So now this one is just to motivate. I remember this one, I was still a nurse, like I was just having an off day, so I went there to sell. So it's just to tell someone that when your goals are big, you don't settle for less. You have to go out there and do what it has to take for you to get to where you want. So I didn't sell anything, but at least I sold myself. At least people knew there's this one with expensive products, and there are some that even came. They really want the products, but they didn't have money. And the good thing, I walked away with their contact details, which was enough and enough to motivate me. And the lady that I'm talking about that came talking about helping me the product, as we speak, she is my loyal customer. She now and then she come to buy the products, and I would even go to her sometimes when I'm stuck. I'll be like, Did, I could ask about things that I know she know. Yeah, yeah, and that's something I'm really grateful for. And I just want to tell someone there that the same God that gave you the business ideas will give you the right customer and right business partner when the time is right. That is one thing that keep me going. This one is now people that sometimes when you just come in the business and then they'll be like, now you talk about this person about the product, and then when you make a follow up 2 days or 3 days later, the person will say, I already bought from Boohoo. So we are a lot. And yeah, there are customers. There's a portion for all of us. So we just need to keep going. Yeah. So yeah. And our forever journeys may be different, but there's a portion for everyone. That I also like it. As long as you are willing to win, you will win. Now sometimes we start comparing each other, our journeys to others. Now, just because now this leader joined recently and she's already smashing levels and everything, and you are still where you are, but you are not asking yourself what is that you are doing wrong so you improve. So it's definitely not gonna be the same. But should you change your thinking, should you change your mindset, things will definitely change. And forever is a business of faith, and so your win begins within you. So if you are just watching others doing activities you are not doing and you expect the result, forget. That will not. The best, the forever, I like it. Forever, it's about effort. So if you are just there, not doing anything, I tell you, there is nothing that is going to happen. And one thing I would say, we need as a business people, we need to have a great attitude despite what you encounter. I remember most of the times, people will come, especially educated people. I don't know why I would say educated people or working class people. They are always, yeah, when you approach them, they will show you fire sometimes. You'll be talking about business and then the person is walking away. But sometimes when I look at people, I will talk about the product, I'll introduce the product, I'm talking about the business and the person is walking away. I'm already thinking about the product that I should recommend to that person, because sometimes people are just going through a lot. So I always go kind enough on my knees just to get that person's number. So you just need to keep cool for your business to grow. So I would say my attitude took me far, because yeah, sometimes even prospecting someone, you will hear things, but if you let your attitude to control you, you lose a lot. And yeah, I started seeing amazing results when I changed my mindset. That I would say, because I remember I've been in forever for quite long, but I know I've been prospecting and selling. But when I decided that no, I need now to start leveling up, I need to start doing activities. That's how I got to manager. Yeah, I remember telling myself, we had a business tour with my team in January 2025. And I told myself, I'm giving forever until May. If I don't become a manager, I'll just be focusing on doing 4CCs. I told myself that. And amazingly, things started happening. So I was showing up for the business, I was showing up for my team, and that's how I started seeing growth. So sometimes we are just there, we are just complaining, things are not moving, but you are also not doing something. So when I started showing up, that's how even the team started understanding, the team started doing things, and then that's how I became a assistant manager in February, and then I was recognized as a registered registered manager, recognized manager in March. And I thought I gave it until May, and then God said, March, my daughter, is enough. March. So I'm a brand new manager, recognized in March, and here I am, just to reintroduce myself, that I am Emilia Wilpard. I'm a manager, a recognized manager in Forever. I'm a professional business coach, and I'll do forever, forever. Thank you so much to my team and to my sponsor and everyone that I would say the whole Forever team gave me a good experience. So I'm just thankful to everyone who helped me to get here. And thank you, leaders, for joining in. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope I inspired someone there. So, Leader Hita, there is where I end. Thank you so much.